Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to another amazing edition of Let's Talk 1943. I'm your host, Regina Smithwick, and this is the Business Spotlight Edition. Today, we have an amazing guest. We have Sandy Williams, and she's going to talk about her beautiful organization that she works for, and we're going to get more into it. We're going to dive in. So, as I always say, you ready? Let's talk. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Let's Talk 1943. And let me do a formal introduction of Sandy. First of all, Sandy, thank you for coming on. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. So, Sandy is the Director of Development for the Building of Hope Community Life Center, and is a faith-based nonprofit organization. And they actually touched like 1,500 students since 2001. And they meet the needs of families, and we're going to go into detail how that works. So, Sandy, once again, thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and give us a little synopsis of the company as a whole and what part you play.
Yeah, so like you said, we are a faith-based organization, and sharing the gospel is one of our major objectives. And so we really want to make sure the kids know who Jesus is, and that's really what we focus on with the organization. But we do this through a variety of programs. Our morning program that we have is called Project Bridges. And that's a program that serves all Pitt County schools grades 3 through 8. So any student who commits an offense that warrants a suspension gets referred to Building Hope. And if the parents decide to use Building Hope and the kids do really well in the program, they get the suspension wiped from their record. So that's one of my favorite programs that we offer.
Okay.
And then we also offer after-school program for kids 1st grade through 12th grade. And that program runs from about 3:30 in the afternoon until about 6 at night. So we provide homework help. We do Bible lessons with the kids. We provide special speakers, and really try to encourage the kids to do well in their school. And then we have mentoring programs for students who are 10 and up, so ages 10 and up. So these programs run on Friday nights. Our boys program is Men of Standard, and our girls program is Women of Worth. And so these programs are geared toward kids who are entering middle school and are in high school. And we try to provide an environment for them to figure out what it means to be a godly man and a godly woman. And then we also have. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. We have 6 programs. So we also have parenting programs. So we offer programs for parents to come alongside of them, to support them as they're trying to raise their children. And then we have a parent committee that meets together to help us figure out what the parents want for their kids. So we're trying to get input from our parents and encourage them to be involved in a lot of good ways. And then we have Service Saturdays, where we go out and serve the community that has provided so much for us. And then we also have our summer camp. So that's our last program. It's a 5-week program for middle and high school students, and it's geared for college and career readiness. So we take them on tours of colleges, have special speakers come in, they go visit local businesses. And we provide a lot of activities and programs for students to kind of pique their interest in what God might be calling them to in their future career. So those are our programs.
Oh my goodness. This is amazing. Just being a Christian alone, just for you to bring in Jesus in this whole picture of children who maybe don't understand or never really got the teachings on how Jesus and how this whole thing works. Just that alone will get them on the right path, and that kind of opens doors for them to see life differently when they know that they have someone their father who's backing them.
Yeah, and we have a lot of students who are first in their family to graduate from high school. So,
Oh,
like, none of their parents or grandparents or relatives had graduated from high school, and I would say like 10% of our students are first in their family to graduate from high school.
wow. And imagine when you don't have that support because you can't support something you don't know about. So if you have
Absolutely.
a house full of people who don't understand, or maybe they don't have the understanding of how important high school is, or they didn't do it and they felt like they did okay, and you just because this is like a cycle, right? It's a learned behavior,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you come in, you kind of shake it up some and show them like, hey, you can do this. I know the ceiling looks like it's closed right now, but we're going to show you that when you look up, it's going to be the sun. You're going to do this. You'll be able to make it through. So I love that.
Absolutely. Yes.
That is amazing. That's amazing. So with all these programs, these are offered in just Pitt County, or is it the Eastern North Carolina, or how did that work?
Yeah, so it's mostly Pitt County schools because we actually go and pick up the children
Okay.
at their school and bring them
Mhm.
to Building Hope, and then their parents pick up at Building Hope.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So they come and just get them, but you take them there from school.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So with everything you're saying, is so much. I'm assuming there's a lot of volunteers that work in your nonprofit, correct?
Yes, and we're so excited to have volunteers come and walk alongside of us. And honestly, our volunteers say to us that they're changed more than they feel like they are making a change in the lives of the students. It's so neat to see how you come and try to serve, and you end up getting blessed as a result.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you make it bigger than you. I always say
Yes,
volunteerism is bigger than yourself. And when you
absolutely.
volunteer and not asking for nothing in return, that's just you're going to get blessed just for that anyway, in
Hmm.
ways you never imagined.
Yeah,
Monetary is nice. Don't get me wrong; it's a nice thing to have. 'Cause we live in a world that we have to have it. But
yes,
sometimes just the things that you do will bring you more monetary, based on, networking and just being there with a good, clean, open heart, and you just want to help and serve.
yes. Yeah, that old adage, it's better to give than receive. I
Yes,
mean,
it
it
is.
really is. That's exactly what goes on there.
Yeah, that's something that I mean. Are you still looking for volunteers? Are you always looking for
Yeah.
volunteers?
Yeah, we're always, and we're also looking for community partners. So we're
Hmm.
trying to develop some more innovative programs. So, for example, there's one group that's helping us set up a STEAM lab, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And
Okay.
so we're looking for community partners to come in and help us run that STEAM lab. So to have like one day lesson during our summer camp, or to provide some lessons during our school year. So we're looking at different community businesses that might
Mhm.
have an interest in STEAM subjects to come in and allow their employees to come for a day. And
Oh,
actually, US Cellular was one of the companies that came in and did a summer camp, did like a morning on one of our summer camp days, and they did an amazing job of providing STEAM activities for our kids.
wow. And this opened up the world. It opens up the imagination. I think a lot of us we get into just doing what we do. And some of us are blessed and privileged to have certain things that are just given to us. So we think everybody has it. We think everybody has that the resources that we have. And a lot of these
Exactly.
children that come to you don't know nothing extra outside of their house. So
Exactly.
we take it for granted. But when you bring people
Mhm.
in like that, that is just giving them something like you think is nothing. It could be the world. It could just make them change their whole course of life. Maybe they go,
Yeah,
you know what? I want to go to college to be an engineer. I want to go to college to learn STEM and do science and technology because they one person came for a couple hours and it
yes.
changed their life forever.
Yeah. Well, and we've had people from local businesses, like a restaurant in town. I don't know if you have ever been to the Scullery, but Matt
I've seen
Scully.
it, but I've never been there.
Oh, it's
I need to
yummy.
go.
So, yeah,
Okay.
but Matt Scully from the Scullery came and did a cooking class with the kids on a
Oh,
couple occasions. And so some of the kids were like, wow, I think I might want to run a restaurant one day.
see?
Yep.
Because they it's more tangible because you're there with a person who owns it and they telling you. If I
Yeah.
could do it, you can do it. Let's do this. Let's cook this. Go home and practice. Make a meal every, like give them something like a call to action to do. And you'll be
Yeah.
surprised at some of these people, how they respond. Like they're going to be like Chef Boyardee's in the house now,
Yeah.
Oh, this is so amazing. I'm so glad that you're up here. You're blessing me because I didn't even know the extent of all of this. Because, I definitely would love to volunteer and be emotional, be a motivational speaker.
Oh,
Uh,
that would be amazing.
I would love to do that. I
Mhm.
talk up, after we get off, but I definitely want to support you because this is something that is needed.
Yes.
So, and I would say this to my Let's Talk family: if you live in the Pitt County area, come on, listen to all these amazing,
Mhm.
amazing programs that this beautiful organization has. If you have time, couple hours, let's if you see the information on the bottom of the screen, this is the website. And I'm assuming you could put your interest for volunteerism on the website.
Yes, there's a little link on the top where it says partner with us, and there's another link under there that says serve, and that takes you right to the volunteer application.
There you go. So, I know a lot of us out here in Pitt County. I know there's a lot of great people out here that sometimes you want to, but you don't know how. You know how you always see a bunch of stuff, but it gets overwhelming sometimes. You don't even know where to start or where to go to do it. So now we're going to give you the blueprint. So you go to this website, you do what she just told you, you click, you volunteer 2 hours a week. Anything helps, but you're going to be more blessed out of this than like sometimes they said they think the kids ain't paying no mind, but they sitting there like, oh, I'm so happy, I'm blessed, I'm here.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that's neat about Building Hope, Atlas Kelly is our executive director, and he is providing an environment that he says is family. So all of us together feel like we're a part of a big family. And so the kids will even repeat that too. And we have one woman who is, she and her husband were co-founders, and she comes in and they all call her grandma.
Mm-hmm.
So she's in her 70s and just loves the kids. And so it's an environment that just the pictures of the kids are up on the walls. And so it's just an environment that is conducive for kids to open up and feel like they belong. It's a place of belonging. And so volunteers end up becoming, we just scoop them up and make them part of our family too.
So how long have you been with Building Hope?
So in my current role, I've been there for a year and a couple months, but my family and I have been volunteering with Building Hope for the past 10 years.
Oh, so you are a past volunteer turned into an employee. Wow.
Yeah, so actually my son, when he was in high school, volunteered at Building Hope, and he started a speech and debate club there and came every week and taught the kids how to speak and how to debate. And they ended up doing a little debate at the end of the year and presented their speeches. And so he was really blessed by that. And when I came on in my role as development director, I was looking at our roles of donors, and I realized that my son and his wife are actually donors at Building Hope. So it impacted them so much that they decided to give back.
Ain't that something? When you don't even try, it just happens on its own.
Yes.
God just divinely ordered all of that. That's amazing.
Well, and the other thing that's really cool is we had a fundraiser last year, and we had a lot of our alumni come through. We had tours through the building. I guess we'll talk about that soon, but a lot of the alumni, the students that had graduated from Building Hope, ended up giving monthly. So when I saw that, I was so blessed by that these kids love this organization so much that even though most of them are in their early 20s, they were willing to start giving back to Building Hope. So it's really kind of cool.
They planting seeds are where they actually, they reap their benefits from. They actually bring it back, and they bring the seeds back and plant them again for someone else to be able to benefit from your beautiful services.
Yes.
So out of everything, from all this time you've been a part of this organization, Building Hope, give me one story or something that sticks out that kind of make you go, this is all worth it. I'm so glad I'm here.
Yes. Okay. So one of my favorite stories is a story of I guess he was in he was in 5th grade when he started coming to Building Hope.
Mhm.
And prior to that, his father was killed with gun violence. They were chasing after him because they thought it was his cousin, and they shot him and killed him. And it was drug activity, gang activity that
Mhm.
he got involved in. And so his name is Tyshawn. Tyshawn was taken up by foster care, and then his grandmother ended up taking him, and when he was in 5th grade, enrolled him at Building Hope. And he says, you know, when he walked into Building Hope, the first person he said he saw was Miss Irene, and she's the older lady that everybody calls Grandma.
Oh yeah, grandma one.
And he said it was just like the whole atmosphere changed for him. And so he said he caught a vision for the future, and his main goal is to become the executive director at Building Hope one day. So he's 21 now, or 22, and he's on staff at Building Hope. And every time he walks in, he's like, I want to give back to these kids and provide a vision for the future, just like Building Hope provided for me.
Wow.
So yeah, if you come to Building Hope, you get to meet Tyshawn. He's an inspiration.
Yes, I will be there. Like I said, when we get off of this, I'm definitely going to talk to you. I'm going to make a date and time. I'm coming. Because, I mean, this is the thing about Let's Talk. It's bigger than me. I believe that God divines everything, the order, and he makes sure you meet the right people at the right time in your lives for a purpose and a reason to build on him, to make him greater and bigger. So this is not an accident that you're here today. And, you know, I always say it's for everyone else, but yeah, I do get blessed too. And it touches me just like I would love this would touch other people in the Pitt County area to be able to give you a call. And if you start getting some different people coming, let me know, because I hope that this really helps, because y'all doing some beautiful things over there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So we got something coming up don't we?
Yes.
On March what? 2nd?
March 2nd. Yep.
Yes, we have something coming up. So let's discuss that. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna get it up here, and let's discuss what's coming up.
So yes, it's our 3rd annual. So we've been in Pitt County for 22 years now, started in 2001. And traditionally we've had a banquet where a bunch of people would come and hear stories. But since COVID, we've decided to do tours through the building. And the tours through the building were way more impactful than having a fancy banquet. And so what we do is on March 2nd, we'll have tours, 30-minute tours scheduled throughout the entire day. So we're going to start as early as 6 a.m. and every 30 minutes until 8 p.m. we'll have a tour. And so what we're hoping is that people from Pitt County or our community will come and sign up for a tour, and they'll hear the mission and vision of Building Hope. And we're hoping to raise some money as a result.
Of course. Yes. So basically, yeah, you know what? COVID helped out a lot, didn't it? Because if you didn't have COVID, you would have probably done the same thing you've been doing, you know.
Yes.
And that's normal though, because, you know, that's what usually people do when you do fundraisers or just to bring out the acknowledgement of your business. You have something like that, you know. But it's amazing how something that's a little bit more simple has more impact because it's more intimate, because you're doing intimate tours instead of having a big room full of people. And don't get me wrong, people, you know, are there for a purpose. They'll donate, but just to get them to their heart right there, when you actually talking to them and they see and they can touch and feel and look, it's just a different feeling. So that was a great move there.
Yes, and there's a just like Tyshawn said, when you walk through those doors, there's just a change. There's something you can feel God's presence there. You know, just how he's active in the lives of the kids and even in the lives of the staff and volunteers that come through.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, we just talked this up before I put the flyer up of ways that you didn't know how. She's giving you the blueprint again. So you just come to Building a Hope and you get a personal 30-minute tour of the facility and the programs and the people that run it, the volunteers, the kids. You'll be able to see everything live. So if you want to, just go to this website, as you see scrolling on the bottom, go in there. You know, I guess you have to schedule, right? Do you need a schedule?
So there's a black bar on the top of the website, like at the very top of the website. If you click on the black bar, it'll take you to a place where you can schedule a tour.
All right, so let's go ahead and get these tours scheduled.
Yes, and then there's also a link if you want to become a sponsor. So we have for our businesses or for individuals in the community who want to sponsor the event, you get your name or your logo on the back of a t-shirt and on the back of our pamphlets that we're sending, around with the people.
Oh, okay. All right. So you have opportunity to advertise your business.
Yes. So shout outs on social media. So we're going to try to really let people know who's sponsoring us so that you can get some advertising too.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a good plan. So before we close out today, I just want to make sure everybody sees this here. Register for 30-minute tour as well as the website, and everything she discussed today is on the website. One-stop shop. You don't have to go all over the place trying to find out how to give back. It's right here. So Pitt County and surrounding counties of Pitt County, here's an opportunity to give back to your community and give back to these lovely children that sometimes, like Tayshawn, did not have a good start. He had a doomed start. He probably didn't know what's up. He didn't know where to go. And when his grandmother made the right decision to enroll him into Building Hope, it changed his life to the point he wants to run the place. So that tells you alone that this place is amazing. It's amazing. So, but I want to thank you so much, Sandy, for coming on Let's Talk 1943.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no problem. Anytime you need our services here, just let me know. All right?
Okay.
All right, but just hold on. Don't click off yet. But I would like to say to Let's Talk 1943, my family, thank you once again for listening and watching this show. You make this show what it is. And I know we got people out here that's going to give her, Sandy, well, not her personally because it goes to the website, but mention you saw her on Let's Talk, or mention that you saw her, from Let's Talk. Please let her know that so she could know where it came from. But until next time, as I always say, I love you, God bless, and you have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining us.